Like and subscribe right now if you are smarter than the kids in this video. 9 years old cousin. Do you smoke? Me, yes. 9 years old cousin. Do you know that smoking shortens your life? Me, yeah, I know. 9 years old cousin. How old are you? Me, 18. 9 years old cousin. You would have been 28 by now. Earlier my daughter asked me if grown-ups ever cry. I sat down with her, hugged her, and explained that grown-ups do cry, and that we feel scared, sad, angry and everything she feels, and it's fine to feel those things. She then asked me if grown-ups pee. Woman in my train carriage smoothly telling the conductor that her son is traveling free because he's only 4, while the kid repeatedly yells, "But I'm not 4." Being a parent sometimes means a frantic effort to get your kid breakfasted, dressed, and in the car, only to pull up to the school's drop-off zone 2 minutes before school starts and have them say, "But I'm not wearing any shoes." 4-year-old daughter is crying her eyes out. Me, what's wrong Tutu? 4-year-old, moving her hands on the sofa. If my fingers were markers they would ruin the sofa. Me, but your fingers are not markers. 4-year-old, peak distress. I said if there's no limit to a child's imagination. My 2-year-old is yelling at me for taking too big of a bite from her pretend sandwich. And she can't make another one because we're all out of pretend bread. When your daughter wakes you up at 5 AM to tell you she has made a caterpillar at preschool yesterday and continues to talk about it for 2 hours and tells you we absolutely have to pick it up today. So when we arrived at preschool we were handed this. I mean, where on earth do I put this? Everywhere I put it, it just looks like a big. One of my clearest memories of my grandfather is when he beat me in chess and I cried because I was a sore loser. And he said, "Okay, I'll play you left-handed," and then I won. And it took me until like last week to realize he was a clown bastard. Once when I was little, I was making my grandpa a card for Father's Day. I had no pictures of us together, so I put a picture of me with my other grandpa. I thought it made sense, because it's still a grandpa. A conversation I overheard of 2 kids today at the lake. Kid 1, "Come back here." Kid 2, about 30 meters away on a rubber boat. What? Kid 1, "Come here." Kid 2, "I can't hear you. Come here so I can hear you." Kid 1, "Oh stop, I know you can hear me." Kid 2, "No I can't." When I was a kid I used to think that when I was playing a video game offline. Now I know I was playing with a robot of course. An employee would play with me. So I was a little bit shy, because what if he thought I was bad at the game? Mum just told me that when one of my sisters saw a chicken for the first time, aged 18 months, she laughed so hard she vomited. When I was 11 I didn't know the difference between a veteran and a veterinarian. And I thanked the lady who put my dog down for her service. Sitting at the table eating dinner. You're a virgin. Mom and me are not. Me, Dania spitting my food out. What? Mom, yeah, is a virgin. I don't know why. Me, a virgin? Yeah, she doesn't eat meat. Me, a vegetarian. Lord give me the strength with this child. When I was 3 or 4, my older sister taught me how to make Kool-Aid, and it was really good. One night at like 1 AM I went out to the kitchen and poured red Kool-Aid powder into my mouth and started crying when it tasted awful and got it all over my white shirt. I ran to my parents' room and they freaked out because this crying child in the dark was covered in blood in agony. Lol. Me, what did you do at school? 5-year-old, memorized stuff. Me, what stuff? 5, I don't remember. My 5-year-old cousin asked me what I was wearing. I said these are sunglasses, they help protect my eyes from the sun. I asked him if he wanted to try them, and he said yeah. He then put on the sunglasses, stared directly at the sun, and quickly gave them back to me, claiming they didn't work. When I was young, and I'd go to bed, I would stare at the ceiling until I passed out. I was 9 years old when I found out about closing your eyes to go to sleep. When I was 6 or 7, I really loved swinging on the swing set. A fun thing to do at my local grade school was to lean back as far as possible at the very top of our swing forward so we could watch the ground rush up toward us as we swung back down. It was spooky and thrilling and everything a 6-year-old future adrenaline junkie could ask for. One day, mid-swing, a brilliant idea dawned on me. This is a scary and fun experience when I'm holding onto the chains. It would be so much more exciting if one let go of them, right? To this day, I wonder if anyone saw some stupid ass little blonde girl just swing up, lean back, and with 100% confidence, backwards swan dive straight into a faceplant on the ground. I don't remember how old I was, but I was watching Friends with my mom and said, "What's the deal with sleeping with a girl? I've done it a ton." I slept in my mom's bed for some reason. So my grandma is a dental hygienist, and one of her patients is a teacher. She told my grandma that her first graders are swapping masks because they like the ones their friends have better. My nephew is 5. I'm 33 female. A few months ago he asked me, "Auntie Franny, are you a grown up?" I got really quiet, cautiously looked around, put my finger to my mouth, and told him I'm still a kid, but you can't tell anyone because no one knows. His eyes got huge, and he loudly whispered, "I knew it." Now every time I see him, he comes up to me at some point and whispers, "Don't worry, I haven't told them." Then proceeds to ask more questions about my life as a secret kid. And every time I'm video chatting with him and my sister, he sneaks an obvious wink, and I wink back, and only we know what that wink means. And to this day, he is the only person that knows I'm still a kid, and that I've been faking it all this time. Yesterday morning after his soccer game, my 6-year-old asked me how come the other team gets to change the color of their jerseys every week, while we always had to wear purple. When I explained that, in fact, we were playing against different teams each week, his mind was blown. 4-year-old, can we get a kitten? Me, I'm allergic, we can't be in the same house. 4, you could sleep outside. When I was about 8 I used to eat sweets at night. But after doing this for a bit I needed to refill this mini suitcase I had that I stored my sweets in. I went down into the kitchen where the sweets were, but my mom was doing something in there at the time. So I told her to turn around and look at the wall whilst I refilled my sweets. I got caught. Me to my 4-year-old son, "Drink your milk." Him, "Why?" Me, "It will make you big and strong like a cow." Him, thinking, "So if I just drink lemonade will I be the size of a lemon?" Me, "Yes." Naya talking to her friend Amaya, "Yeah, my mama made some crusty ass pancakes." Me, "What did you just say?" Naya, "That you made some crusty ass pancakes." She gets the box. I remember when I was a kid, my grandpa made me a sandwich with cheese on it. Me being a picky child, I told him that I don't like cheese with holes on it. He said that don't eat the holes and I just said okay, and ate the sandwich. I was effing stupid. When I was 6, I thought that 8-year-olds are teens. I imagined that when I turn 8, I will be a super cool teen, wearing a black t-shirt with a skull on it, and I believed that when you're a teen and you hang out with your friends, you just stay in one spot where there aren't any people, arms crossed, not speaking, and just staring into the distance, looking cool. I was a dumb kid. When I was a kid I didn't know that to apologize meant to say sorry. Teachers would say, "I think you should apologize," and I'd just stand there. They'd get more and more angry thinking I was being a defiant dick, when really I just had no f***ing clue what they wanted me to do. 4-year-old stuffs her pockets full of pine cones. Me, "What do you think you are doing?" 4, I'm rich. When I was somewhere between 7 and 9, I learned how to fart on demand by inhaling air up my butt. It took some technique, but I could do it indefinitely. Word got around at school and one day I was cornered by around 15 kids demanding to know how I did it. That is how the teacher caught 16 kids lying down with their legs in the air doing gas training. It was when I found myself cutting the crust off waffles at my daughter's request that I realized the power dynamics had shifted permanently in my household. Ah yes, toddler logic. 3-year-old, I want honey toast please. Me, no probs. 3-year-old, but don't cook it, I want it cold. Me, I'm okay but cold toast is just bread. 3-year-old, not bread, I want cold toast and I want it together like a hamburger. Me, dude that's a sandwich. 3-year-old, I don't want a sandwich, I want cold toast with honey, together like a hamburger. Me, okay. Sizen makes honey sandwich. When I was like 4 or 5, and my aunt was pregnant with my cousin, we somehow got to the discussion of breastfeeding. I asked if she had to eat grass to produce milk.